Hello, everybody, and welcome to the actual Minecraft Musings. Funny little aside, and I don't know, maybe I'll put those in there. I don't know, they're not technically musings. Let's see. Well, in case I do have them in there or don't have them in there, I did make two videos just now for the Minecraft Trails and Tales update expo like project thing. This is a really cool thing. You should go check it out. Or I mean, I wish I could say like, "Oh, check it out, it's happening now," but this is like the last day of it happening. It was happening all weekend. Um, yeah, it was like the 23rd through the 25th, and today's the 25th. Um, but anyways, oh, now I feel kind of bad. Sorry about that deal that I did with in the comments of one of the other videos. I made a negotiation for a copy of Minecraft for some thumbnails. So we're finalizing that up right now, but we'll figure that out. I still haven't actually responded to them. So I feel bad, but busy guy, got a lot of stuff going on. But basically, like it's a copy of Minecraft. It's basically a key. Like you enter a product key or something, and I'm sure it's pretty easy to get one. But I can't even do that until next month because I'm pretty strapped. So like very strapped, and I made that clear. I mean, I did. I said that, but it might not have been clear. And that's another thing about communication and how people like. And even as I'm analyzing, like I'm supposed to be some kind of expert. Just kidding. I've never said I was an expert, but someone talking about a subject, some sciencey subject. Psychology, behavioral psychology, criminal behavioral psychology. Like, I don't know, and I feel that like that's even changed a few times the way that they say it, describe all that. But basically, like, how do we, or how do they phrase that? It's like you have a criminal justice degree. I want to say is like what it is. That sounds right. Um, yeah, let's go back to our humble abode because I don't even remember what we were doing except for the grand scheme of things. We were going to try to go down there and build a base down there in that really cool, awesome island area. So, but I also really like this. I mean, it's nice. It's a change of scenery. Um, let's see. Let's harvest some wheat while we do this. So then we can see if we can breed wild llamas. Oh, I guess that was it. So let's get some more bone meal and then yeah, it is really nice having a lot of sugarcane around. Just because like I'm being even wasteful, not really. Oops. And then that's why we gotta pop it back in case you do harvest a little too close. And I try to keep it to where like the backdrop. And that's something you learn when you learn to shoot guns is like if you miss, are you going to hit something important or like something, anything? And if people don't have proper gun safety classes, they don't understand that. My kids understand that because they've been trained. We've talked about it, and every time we play with just our Nerf guns, toys, and not even that they have toys out there that really hurt, like those little beads that you can shoot, like those you could put someone's eye out. like see that Christmas story where he'll put your eye out. And again, if you're not American, you might not know what a Christmas story is. I mean, you might not know what Christmas is, but that movie with Ralphie, the little boy that wears the bunny costume. Oh yeah, it was hilarious. It's also broadcast on our TV every Christmas season. It's a very big tradition. So in a capitalistic society. I don't know. That's what I was originally going to muse about. Is just like how and I live and I love the capitalistic society. However, I just feel like the whole trickle down, like it could be better. I mean, I don't feel like trickle down is really working. I don't think anybody really has a good concept, or most people. Sorry, I can't be like that general with it. But most people, when given power or given opportunity, don't understand what it is to have their thirst quenched and their hunger quenched. And that's actually funny because now it's like thirst. If you're thirsty, that means you're you're trying to be sus with someone with a relationship or something. You're thirsting or whatever. But basically, it's your needs aren't getting met. So then you're trying to compensate for that by doing something, and that's where you start getting into trouble. That's when that's why I feel like everything I've heard and seen from people that interact with people that are, in the whole sex crime umbrella, like, I feel like that's just a lot of it is opportunity, lack of opportunity elsewhere in like good healthy outlets, which and there's the controversy there, and that's why religion you need to be very careful with because um like almost all of the violence in the world is directly or indirectly related to religion, like either your religion or a lack thereof. So think about like 9/11, the biggest thing with America. The two towers got bombed by our own planes, allegedly full of people, but I have seen like there's a movie Loose Change where yeah, I was like I don't think I did put some stuff in here. But there's the movie Loose Change and there's the movie Zeitgeist 1, the first one. It's not one, it's just Zeitgeist, which you have to pay for now to watch it on YouTube, but it is a really good interesting piece of journalism. It's speculative. Like it's not proven in fact. It's just like giving you all of these things so you can make a decision from it. Oh yeah, I got invisibility from killing that one wandering trader. We do have a decent amount of, let's see, not a lot of seeds, and that's what's holding me up. So we were basically getting resources to go over there. I don't have a really good. Yeah, let's head over that way because then like this is cool and all, and we also got to figure out a way to get over there from here. Cause oh, let's try the railroad tracks. Did I keep any? Yes. Okay. Whew. Because if this is a thing, I don't think it is though. Well, we'd be going this way. Oh, they broke free. All right, whatever. Wait, now I'm wondering, should I just put that back on there? Ooh, let's do a little experiment here. Oh, oh, no. We gotta do it. We gotta captivate you again. Captivating. Well. Oh, wait, I should have done it one at a time. Okay, well, let's go ahead and just free one of the other ones and bring it over here. Basically, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to see. Oops. Okay, there we go. Single one out. Go down here. Make sure it doesn't break. And there we go. So yeah, just to prove an idea that I was thinking of, I wanted to make sure I could see it. If you could just have like, it doesn't matter where the fence post is. So by that logic, you could even have a floating fence post. Like, see, we could even have, ooh. And actually, do we have any blocks? We do have a couple. These ones will work. So now what I'm thinking, is that too high? I mean, it's not good for the llama, and I'm probably only going to do it just for the second to, hey, you. Okay, you go here. See, yeah, because it's like, it's really short when you have it like high like that, because now the llama wants to go over there, or well, it looks messed up, basically. Yeah, no, that's no good. I mean, that's interesting though, but you can go back there and hang out with your llama friends. And also, while I'm at it, let's do make a canopy for them. And we can do this a couple of ways. Um, hmm. Yeah, let's do it. Sorry, the whole thought process right there was like, do I want to harvest this entire tree? And what I was thinking of is, We'll go ahead and let the trees decay this time because I need the saplings to make more of these. But this is investing a little bit more time in the settlement to do that. Oh, and I was going to test the rail carts. All right, let's do that. So we'll leave one block up here, I guess. Oh, maybe. It's either that or we have to gather it now. So, yeah, we'll leave those there. We've got that. We can just leave that floating in the air. Just kind of like a testament, like we tested it. Actually, I think it could just be... So this was better over here. I was moving over there, like, so if I did make a track... Let's see. I mean... I guess I've just never thought about doing that. And I think you could do like 8 of those without losing speed. Alright, here it is. Are we going to do the massive rail car from here to there? I'm kind of inclined to do it, but for that, we're going to need a lot of iron. So, but yeah, just imagine it like, it would be going this direction, which is so, it's counterintuitive. So first we have to get over the pond or follow the river. I don't know, we could just do a straight shot, like diagonal, more or less, and then go through, and that looks like some jungle area in the middle of the map. This could be a lot of fun. All right, but we need a lot of iron, so we're gonna do that. We've proven that it can at least zigzag like that. For some reason, I was thinking even tighter than that, but being Minecraft, in fact, we'll even just leave this up, kind of show what we're thinking of, or in case I forget, which can happen a lot. There. And so then there you would put like a power rail and then have it like just offset by 1, because I don't think power rails, well, so they can do that. But then if you were to try to do this, it does not bend. So power rails, so you'd still need to do that. And then you could have like 1, 2, 3, so still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or no, you don't even need that. Because you can put the power rail butted up right up against the curved ones. It's just this cannot be curved. So, and again, to show you, now you can curve that, but then it breaks the whole, if you were going to alternate to do that. So what you would do is you'd have that, whoa. Oh. Oh yeah, okay. So then, and we got a minecart. Oops, that's not a minecart. And hooray, circular arrays. See? Boom. Oh, ho, ho. We broke it. Although, what can we use from that? Not a lot. I mean, we can't raise it or lower it because there's same thing like there's that, and just to prove it, let's see, how would I would need some grass blocks. So for that. So if you're doing, okay, well it breaks right there because it does have a turn, but it doesn't have a turn incline. So you'd already have to have, this block would have to be over here, and you'd have to have one area of straight, which can be angled up, which is this one we see right here. So we don't have a curve and angled up one at the same time. Same with here, we see it again, like it knows to curve because it sees, or it knows that the space, I guess the XY coordinate, but not necessarily the Z coordinate, which is kind of weird to me because the way they have them positioned, like they have X and Y on the outside, and that's always kind of bugged me, and the middle one, but like I guess it makes, I don't know, it's, It's like the metric system versus the American system. So, okay, because what I was gonna say is this could be really cool. Like it already is kind of cool for like a stop, and then if you put but then I was thinking it's not though because I was thinking is like so for there, then we can go back the other way, and then oops, do we trample? No, but I thought it was just gonna stop like dead end here, and then all you had to do is get into it, look the other way, and push forward, and then you would have an instant speed boost out, and you'd launch out. Like I thought that'd be a really cool thing, but as it is, no, not so much. Because say I'm coming along, doesn't matter from where. I could be coming from, anywhere on this map, but I'm gonna end up here and then spin around, spin around, spin around, spin around, spin around, spin around. That's horribly inefficient. And if I tried to go the other way, I can't because I'm so fast. I'm going so fast. That, yeah, I'm pushing every direction. There is no breaking the speed death loop, except for jumping out and then breaking it. So, yeah, it looks cool. And even if, let's say this was just okay. Interesting. Okay. If you're going slow enough, this could be a good dead end turnaround. So if you want to just, oh, I like that. Let's leave that up. That's a tribute for both of these things. We're learning things here. So we can look back and this was the musings where, oh, in fact, we'll even leave the minecart. I mean, we're not rich, but we're going to get rich. But it's important to leave just about all of that because that explains it precisely with a decent amount of like length for this because I wanted to like see it in action and it does. It kind of bounces you around. I mean, and then if you think about the underlying construction of this, you need to make an alternating set of the underlying bricks as well. So bricks and track, rock and stone, rock and stone. Anyways, and then yeah, then this spits you back out onto here as long as you're not going too fast. Oh, wait a minute. And I did notice the direction changed. So when we had the golden thing, or the power rail, yeah. Oh no! Are you kidding me? What? Okay. Okay. Whoa. Ah, we are learning so much about rails today. Or at least I am. Wow, I didn't know any of that. Like, okay, so if it's charged, I did know about like charging blocks, and that's what I thought it was going to do is just turn into a circle, which, I mean, that is how you get what we were getting, just to show you. Okay, we will use this again for demonstration purposes, but I have done this before. You just keep going around. Although it's not, I thought it was faster. It's not as exciting. You could probably even, maybe you can switch directions. And I feel like you have a better chance of switching directions on this one. But it's still just steadily. Yeah. Then you can change directions that way. Anyways, not important. In fact, we'll just put that there. So, but if it's charged, you can change which one it's connected to. Because notice it didn't change any of the other ones. But then if I put it elsewhere, it changed that thing. So it made it straight, but it doesn't bend it unless it's acted upon by another one. So see there, it changed that one. So if it's bent, it can be changed, but if it's straight, it cannot be changed. And you can do that. Ooh. Okay, that was weird. All right. Well, either way, I don't fully understand that, but it's weird. I think I got it there close. Like if it's straight, it can't be changed. But if it's curved, it has a whole nother set of code underlying saying that for this type of rail, either this one or this one, because these are the same. After that, it's a repeating. Every single one is just a either left or right, left or right. I mean, and then is it going that way or is it going this way? So, you know, you only have to code two mirror imaged objects, basically. Now, within that object has that code where if you take this apart, and so this isn't charged, there's no electricity or no redstone energy going through it, and we put it there, it changes if there is two options. So it went from this curve to a mirror image flip to connect here. Like it just went from here to there, like from connect to here to connect to there. So we charge it. Wow, we're really like diving in this. I'm trying to think of how we could also. So if we had this, so this one can connect to here or can connect to here, and we break the charge. Yes, then it changes. And then if we charge it, so whatever the state it was in, it goes the opposite. This is a perfect example of a binary situation or a one of two choices thing. And unfortunately, because of current societal and behavioral issues and or whatever, not even that, like societal norms and issues and oppression and such, and then also not reverse oppression. Like that Wanda Sykes quote was pretty good about reverse racism. Is like, no, racism would be like if they treated you the same way that you treated them. Reverse racism would actually if you were like nice. And she has a point. Like, I mean, but anyways, so my point being is like binary in the computer science sense or binary notation or even binary like the numbering system is a base 2 instead of a base 10. Like normal numbers that we think of, even the metrics in the decimal system, the deci is 10, which is deca or deci, Latin for 10 or whatever it is. So Western Civi for 10. There we go. And this is, so it's a one of two states depending on if it's charged or not. So if it's yes, charged, then it goes to this one. Whoops. This one. I don't even know. Ah, but see there, wait, you can make one, a straight one. But that's because, see, that was weird. All right, so this is charged. So I thought that the straight couldn't change. But however, it is as if we were placing, like say this was taken away. And then say we were just now placing this one. I think by removing either of these, I believe, yeah, it would turn into a circle. Yeah, because that one, it changes the charge from whatever the state was to, it forces it to change to something else. But here, this one was like holding it, changing this one. Oh, and now we would need that for this to be, wait, do we break it? There we go. And boom, we were right back to where we were, and now we could, oh, that's just showing the different states, possible states of a situation like this. If you have like a four corner thing, like you think the four corners in the US, which is like Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, and Utah, I want to say. Anyways, it's where four very squarish states, or at least they have squarish corners and they come together exactly like this. Of course, these are all made up landmarks anyway, like they're human made, a lot of times following a river, but anyways, that's just my opinion on political boundaries and such. It's the whole reason the whole Ukraine thing's going off, that and different leadership, so I don't know. I think it's important with all of this stuff to remember that these are people too, like, I mean, both sides, and now that they are messing up, and that's what like a lot of people kind of don't understand is like, but they're not, it's not because there's some kind of evil like alien or anything like that. It's when we unpersonify people, it's when it's dangerous. And that's true with everything. That's why racism is so tricky, because like the jokes, I mean, it's kind of like a dark sense of humor, and that's why I like watching comedians. It's good, but then also like you got to remember you can't say a lot of that stuff out in public because it's not well. Actually, yeah, I even say that about like white trash jokes. If you said like a bunch of blue collar comedy tour stuff, unless you quote it like really well, and even then, like you really should only. I mean, see, that's the thing. Like if a non-white person was quoting Jeff Foxworthy to a white person, I think there would be issues. Like I mean, it also depends on how they say it. If they're saying it in like a funny way, then it's like, oh, okay. Then I'd find that cheeky and fun. I'd be like, oh, haha. And like, but if they were saying it in like an angry, derogatory way, then be like, yeah. I mean, it wouldn't matter what. Like, I don't care who you are. That's funny right there. Like, no, like I don't care who you are. That would be offensive. So I don't know. It's all messed up. Wait, we are making sure. Yep, 25. Okay, see, even my internal clock is like, or my internal clock cycles. Not like I'm a computer or anything, but like I feel like every person has the ability and does, like whether they want to or not. Like when you have a job or you have like a regular scheduled thing or when you have school or which basically everybody does. I mean, and then if they don't, they really need to follow other people's time or not. And then they find out the hard way with more friction. Like if they can't figure out, and that's the thing too, is like, oh, one of the other things, oh, I have a list. Oh, and I can even remember the main thing. It was like Mr. Beast and how people have been going around the regular channels to help other people. That's just it. Like we've subcontracted out charity from, churches were supposed to be doing the thing, temples, and then it's also been philanthropic efforts, like wealthy people. But then like the wealthy people don't know what to do with their money to like fix things, and there's so many scams out there of people trying to just steal the money without actually like doing anything. And then there's the idea of honestly trying to do something. Like I think this is the real story behind Trump University, is I think he honestly thought that he could teach people the art of the deal. But there's a caveat, like you need to have a starter seed money of like, $1 million to do the same tactics that he did because he doesn't know what it's like to come up from, all the blind spots. And not saying like, oh, he don't know, like, he don't deserve this. Like, no, just think about it. Like the actual blind spots are important there because, well, here's why. There's other hurdles and other pieces of friction and barriers between becoming successful like that. It doesn't matter what art of deal you got. Like if you started up from squalid beginnings and you don't have much, you don't have any seed money or startup money or credit even, then you can't do a lot of the things that he's probably teaching how to do in those classes. Like, you know, it's kind of like that meme, like the HGTV network and like their budget is like $6 million for a new house, and like he's like a horseshoe crab whisperer or something, and she like makes decorative pots and sells them on Etsy, and like it's just ridiculous. And like most normal people are out there like working really hard jobs, which most everybody is, mind you. I mean, I don't care who you are, like lawyers, businessmen, doctors, and all that. Like they are stressful jobs. They're just different kinds of stress. Like with healthcare and doctors, well, healthcare too. I mean, the education is going down, the quality is going up, the cost of education is going down. I mean, even with the high price of it. And again, if we made everything of that nonprofit, then healthcare would be cheaper. We could still afford to pay our doctors, but then they wouldn't require as much because they wouldn't have had to make the initial investment. And that's where you get some of the wealth disparities, and that's across the board everywhere. Like if you have a wealthy doctor situation, then but that's why. It's also, I converted these into that because I was lazy and not, but it's okay. It's just some sugar cane. We can pour some out for the fallen. Pour some malt liquor out for the homies. And we did too. But we also had dead friends to pour it out for. Not saying that other people don't have, people in their lives that pass away, like we all do. But I think there's a different level too, because I mean, just talking to some people, like I know this one person I was talking to was very distraught, that she lost one friend in high school to suicide. And I was like, okay, I get that. That was a death that happened. And then, then you see on like Breaking Bad where there's that scene where they're in the high school auditorium and, and Walt talks about the plane crash. Ugh. Yep, and that's all on the Netflix. And I don't care how poor I've been. Like, I've almost always had some form of entertainment like that, whether it be like cable TV or the Netflix thing. We used to actually have our DVDs come in the mail. And then they started sending Blu-rays, or you could like select if you wanted Blu-ray or DVD, I think. Actually, I don't even know if they had Blu-rays for a while. I want to say they did, but you had to specify because a lot of people didn't have players. Like, now you just have to have a PlayStation, and then boom, you got Blu-rays, you got DVDs, you got whatever. So, But the places where people don't necessarily have PlayStations. That was the other thing I was thinking of. Is like, yeah, gifting a Minecraft subscription is one thing, or the software license, because that's basically what you're paying for. It's like $30. So, again, something I I don't even feel comfortable about doing until I get through this month, because I've got student debt, I've got bills, I've got all that stuff, and it's all being taken out, So it's like, people think, oh, but he's got a good job, he makes good money. Well, yeah, but I also have years of debt to pay for, so I won't actually have a good job for probably another like 5 years. So, and that's real. That's what people need to understand. Like, great if you want to come to America, but be prepared. Like, and as a U.S. citizen that's been born here and has every luxury of being a citizen, this is as far as I've gotten. Of course, I was also a small town person, came to the big city, saved up a lot of money, worked really hard for that money, and then, yeah. So, anyways, and it's kind of like a little rant there because it's like, because people don't understand. Like, they think, they see Hollywood, they see all these movie stars, and they think, oh yeah, Americans, they're rich, they're everything. It's like, nah. Like, 99% of us are about, not as poor as a lot of places. Like, we've got running water and everything, but that's because we've paid out the nose and we've worked like crazy to pay for all that. And we get taxed all the time on all of our amenities. So you just need to be realistic with yourself too. Is like, set realistic expectations. Let's get some iron. And I think the alarm's about to go off. But basically, that is a big part of cybersecurity in preventative maintenance of behavioral and psychological matters. Whoops. Because it all ties together. All of these rantings, these musings, these things, it is based in scientific discovery of how do we fix it? How do we fix all this broken stuff? And it's not like broke. Like, I mean, we say, and that's why I hate the term broken people, but that is kind of a way to describe people that are currently going through something. But they can be fixed, just like a broken arm or a broken. My son broke his arm. Like, are we going to call him a broken person for the rest of his life? No. But if he's still broken, then maybe. And that's why, like, therapy is so important now. And yes, I'm still, ugh, still got to figure that out because, uh, too much insurance, not enough insurance, poor insurance. And that's the other thing too, Medicaid. Like, because I was recently in between jobs and I was actually eligible for Medicaid again. I mean, it's still a secondary, but it's like, just that you don't understand, like, or people that have never had it might not understand. There you go. That's a better way to say it. Might not understand the extra hurdles when going on Medicaid. Now, granted, Medicaid pays for just about everything, no questions, but the price you're actually paying in convenience, status. It's a handout. It's considered a handout. So it's like, and it feels dirty, doing that and then knowing how the other half is. Same with Cobra. Like, so we have this thing called Cobra where you can pay like hundreds of dollars a month to keep your insurance after you get laid off or let go. And all that money does is just make sure you still have the same level of insurance. So it's like, instead of getting the discount rate through your insurance company, that's is like like the non-subscription fee, like the one-time single use, like more expensive, much more expensive. Oh, anyways, yeah, Cobra Insurance is just I feel like it's such a scam. But then it's like people trying to make an entire business and pay people's salaries. And again, if education was cheaper, they wouldn't have to pay so much because then the people wouldn't have so much in debt. I mean, and then so much animosity too with student debt. It was like, um, there's the argument like, pay your debts, you shouldn't have agreed to it. And it's like, okay, but does that mean that, I just am forbidden from educating myself or from seeking out or pursuing happiness? Like, no. We have systems in place to do loans and such, but how do we have emeralds? Anyways, let's go ahead and cut that off now, and we'll do another musings, and we'll keep on with the iron and the rails. Actually, wait, I'm gonna take like a dinner break or something. Maybe to go do a couple chores around the house, but we shall be back, and then we'll do a couple more. And yeah, I really like this idea. Like this. Come on, this idea. That is cool. I have not utilized that, or maybe I have known that, but I just. And I think maybe that was part of it, because like, even if you do that, you don't. I don't even remember what I do in creative, like, years ago or whatever, but I have been playing this for several years, so Not as long as Waddles, I don't think. I think it was like 2012, and around that time, I was like, I saw people playing it in the computer science lab at CSU. Like, it was crazy. Not a lot, but one person did, like in the broad daylight too. They were playing Minecraft, and I was like, oh man, you really shouldn't be doing that. But it was just kind of like they were testing the waters, and they proved that you didn't really need admin privileges to install or something, I feel like. Or maybe they did get admin privileges, which that's even more suspicious if you know, probably not. Like the likelihood of a freshman student getting boot to root privilege. No, I'm just kidding. Like talking all that. All right, until next time, ta ta. Yeah, we're gonna be doing that. So, all right, see ya.